Hello, everybody. Hope you are well. This is Mitch Breitweiser. I am in my backyard. Hope you don't mind. I have to get some fresh air. I'm here with the bugs, who are apparently very hungry. They have been starved for human flesh for too many weeks now, and they're ready to feast on mine. I don't know if you can hear the traffic in the background, but if you can, things are certainly getting back to normal here. I hope they're getting back to normal where you are, and I hope you'll apologize this live broadcast, or forgive this live broadcast. I can't do pre-recorded videos. I end up overthinking it and over editing it, so we'll always just do it live here. Anyway, I just wanted to share a few thoughts and then share some new artwork, which I hope you'll be very excited to see. I'm actually showing a little too much here. Whoops, that's for later. Okay, so it's crazy time. I haven't had much time to reflect on anything because we've all been so busy. Our very small crew and myself, Elizabeth, Patrick, and the few helping hands that we have on the sidelines, and of course our artists and writers and stuff. But we, somebody's looking out for us. We had no hiccups, or at least very few hiccups, despite being incredibly busy over the last many weeks in regards to the COVID-19 crisis that everyone's sort of endured and hopefully survived and thrived through. But our supply chain never stopped. Our distribution channel is rolling. Our printer printed all the books. I think I've updated you guys on most of that. And now I'm just sort of, the fuse is lit and we're in the cannon, and there are no wires and no safety nets for what we're doing. And we are launching a national publishing initiative, and probably one of the most, I don't know how you describe it, uneasy, unsettled, crazy, strange, odd, obtuse, weird times in recent collective memory. I think that's fair to say. So I might swat at bugs or something. They're all over out here, so apologies for that. But yeah, we're launching at a weird time, and we're just sort of now waking up to that fact, despite the fact that we're launching at all. Which is good. Which is really good. We're happy to be able to provide brand new comic books on May 5th in 3,380 plus Walmarts across the United States, as well as on Walmart.com. I believe they are loading pre-orders today on Walmart.com. In fact, they might even be up now, but I'm not ready to make those kinds of announcements quite yet. But it certainly is extremely strange and surreal to be doing this right now. This has been a very long, hard-fought initiative to create. You guys don't know the half of it. I'm just telling you that right now. I think you can see it in my eyes. We've been in. It's like being at war. I mean, that's a bad comparison because I have no idea what that's really like. And I'm sure I can't really imagine that, but it's certainly a kind of battle, and we've been at it for a long time with no breaks and no vacations. So I appreciate you guys for being with us from the beginning and believing in the books that we're creating and the stories that we're trying to get out, and for hanging on for your Red Rooster books, which is coming. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys being there from the very get-go. Many of you for believing that not only Red Rooster was going to be a great book, which it is and will be, and many of you already know if you've read the digital backer preview, but in the opportunity that it spawned, and certainly we're very proud of the books and the initiative and the brand, and we're certainly proud to deliver Red Rooster, which I am on the last leg of. Very excited to be on the last leg of that journey for sure. And Yeah, it's certainly, we're proud to present comics in the strangest time in recent memory, and certainly proud to have the only new comic books out on May 5th, available at hopefully a Walmart near you. Will be in most of them in the United States. Somebody asked me about UK distribution. So right now it's just exclusively at US Walmarts and Walmart.com. Although we don't want to leave any customers out. We're just going to have to figure it out one step at a time. So comic book stores is, next thing on our list, and then Canadian Walmarts is another big one, and then getting them across the pond to fans and customers over there. We certainly don't want to leave anyone underserved. The premise of this whole initiative is that Elizabeth and I felt, as we traveled across the country, that there were a great many of markets across the United States that were underserved by comic books and this kind of adventure content. This essentially an American form of art and literature kind of combined, and there were vast swaths of the country where there was not, comic book stores were simply not accessible. And we felt like that number could, despite the fact that there are tens of millions of comic book fans, quite clearly, as evident by ticket sales for the theaters, but still vastly underserved markets. And we felt like mass market distribution was the way to go, to get comic book heroes into the backyard of kids across the nation and perhaps the world as time ticks on, as we figure it out. But that was the promise of the premise of this whole initiative. So we are delivering that. They will be in most people's backyards, quite convenient for you to bring home for kids to discover. As we asked people, as throughout this whole journey for the last several years, I kept asking fans of comics or fans of comic films or fans of, or former comic book customers, current and former comic book customers, how they found a comic book. Creators also asked this question, how they discovered comics, what got them into comics. And 9 times out of 10, it was, I found them while mom was shopping at the grocery store or at the local pharmacy in my little hometown, which is where I found them. And it was literally 9 times out of 10, maybe 8 times out of 10. The other times it was maybe I found them at a flea market, or I was given, a bunch of comics by my older brother or something like that. But where do they find them? So there are 2 components to what we're doing. One is to make the comic books discoverable, but also to make them excellent. So content is very much king, and we heard the cries of a lot of fans and former fans and customers of comic books that they were not at all happy or pleased with the direction of some of the brands that they had supported for a number of years, that they felt the quality of the content wasn't where they would like it to be. And so we wanted to rise to meet those demands as well. So I think we've solved 2 problems, and that's to that's the content problem. So we've made great content, and the accessibility and discoverability problem. And if I believe, no matter what kind of crazy time we're launching in, that if we solve those 2 problems, great comics by great creators in great locations, then we have a winning recipe, and that will thrive and survive through launching in a crazy time. And so I'm going to give you, I guess, one last pitch on that, and then I'm going to go through a few of the new pages of art and covers of stuff that have been turned in. But if we've all been hopefully taking care, I'm sure we have, been taking care of, our elderly neighbors, parents, grandparents, friends that might be immunocompromised, in terms of going to the store for them, shopping for people that might need some help, or generally just making sure everyone is thriving and surviving through the chaos here. So next time you're at the store, doing that for those that are important to you in your life, then you can take home a hero for yourself at our Allegiance Arts book stand. Share it, take it home, read them, enjoy them on your level, then share them with someone else, hopefully a child of your own, or a niece or a nephew or a neighborhood kid, and basically share, open up a world of new adventure, creativity into a young mind. So I hope you'll do that. Reward yourself for everything we've all been through, and I'm sure what you've done for other people, and then enjoy it, and then share it with another young mind, and hopefully light their world on fire. All right, guys. So I'm gonna just go through a few pages of art, and I don't want to be too long. I'll go on for maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. Here we have a new cover from the great Kelsey Shannon. This is for Nora Saga, episode 3. So Kelsey just turned this in the other day, and I'll blast this out to the world in the weeks ahead, much more closely to the episode 2 launches. But here's a little preview for you all. We all love it. I think this might end up being the trade paperback cover as well. But again, absolutely beautiful work by Kelsey, who also colored this image. This is from a sketch that Kelsey did in the very early days of Nora Saga, when he was just concepting and creating stuff, the look of all the characters. And he drew this just as a sketch, and we came back to it a few weeks ago and asked Kelsey to finish this rough drawing, which I'll share with you guys sometime soon as a post, and just finish it out, flesh it out, make it the cover for issue 3. We thought it was just absolutely beautiful. The episode title is called The Troll. So essentially a mid-season boss battle, along with some other that are 3 heroes here that you'll meet. You'll meet all of them by the end of episode 2. So Nora continues her saga. All right, we'll get on to the next image. Again, beautiful art. This art is from season 1, episode 2 of The Futurists, with Butch Geis on pencils and Rick Magyar on inks. And Elizabeth will be coloring this page in the short weeks ahead, and I can't wait to see what that looks like. Again, this is probably the way this came. I hope you enjoy these little stories, because these, whenever I see these, I just want to tell you the story of how all these things came to be. This is from the culminating scene or image in one of my favorite scenes from the book so far. It's kind of a quiet moment, but this book oscillates between quiet and oh, you can't see my images. I'm sorry, you got removed. All right, now you can see them. Sorry about that. This scene oscillates from the book oscillates from quiet, romantic quiet, self-reflective sequences to big action and mystery scenes. So it's just one of those books. This book has a tinge of romance along with the action. So I think that's something we miss from a lot of modern comic books and all stories these days. Anyway, a beautiful sequence drawn by Butch. I think masterfully composed, very well inked by Rick Magyar, and will be obviously beautifully colored by Elizabeth when she gets to it in the weeks ahead. So I don't want to spoil too much about what this scene is about exactly, but I'll go ahead and go back to the Kelsey image so you guys can see that. All right, there's the Kelsey image for Nora Saga, episode 3. This is the cover. The book title is called The Troll. So I hope you guys will enjoy that towards the end of summer. I have a really cool page here that I'm going to share with you from Bass Reeves, season 1, episode 2, drawn by the great David Williams, introducing a villain from the story. And the colorist for this episode and the rest of the episodes of Bass Reeves will be Gabriel El Tayeb. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Gabe. But Gabe is a great colorist who's done a ton of work for DC Comics. and he did an absolutely beautiful job on this episode, this issue. And this is the introduction of the series villain, Yaki. So Yaki is essentially the Joker to Bass's Batman. And anyway, I think this is an incredible page, an incredible introduction for a villain. We have this, which I think a lot of you guys have already seen. This is Strong Boy Thurman with the Red Rooster poster in the background. This is the Red Rooster episode 3 cover. Again, I'm on the last leg of the journey for Red Rooster, and I'm very happy to be there and happy to finish it for sure. Appreciate everyone's enthusiasm and patience along the way. But this is the cover for episode 3 of Red Rooster, featuring Strong Boy grimacing at the battle off panel or ahead of him. So there's the very exciting things culminate in this issue, and there's a lot of symbolism in this cover, and that you'll understand once you read the comic. So I think it sets it up nicely. I've got this cool little thing here, which is a concept piece I did for a card set. So we're thinking about doing a set of trading cards, Allegiance 2020 trading cards. Let me know what you think about that. We have the Red Rooster trading card, which I hope you all have seen. Maybe I could pull that up real quick. Let me see if I have it on hand here. Screenshots. There it is. All right, there's the Red Rooster trading card by our designer Chris Kendrick, who deserves an Eisner, in my opinion. This is the rough version, but we're very excited about these trading cards. This is the one for the Red Rooster backers. All Red Rooster backers will receive a Red Rooster trading card, and this will be the appearance. It's got our Allegiance Lightning theme around the card there, which I think is really cool. And we've got strength, intelligence, charisma, constitution. So you'll be able to rank all your favorite heroes and characters and compare them together. So that's a really cool thing. And it inspired the idea to create perhaps a whole trading card set as an Indiegogo project. So look for that later this summer. And this is the rough concept for the box that they'll all come in. We have a great partner called Lamb Packaging that's doing all of our box stuff, and they did our displays as well. So we can create pretty much anything with a box, and we plan to use them liberally in future projects, and maybe even doing our own long boxes and cool stuff like that. All right, last thing here, last photo I want to go over. This is Elizabeth and myself in front of the tester units that we created for Walmart. Again, they won't be on the toy aisle as they're pictured here, but this is the box. So this is the tester display. We made a few small tweaks to it, but this is basically what it will look like. So you can see it's bright red. It's going to hang on the side of the end cap, somewhere on or around the books aisle in 3,380 plus Walmarts. So they're very likely to be at one near you. Again, so look for the bright red Allegiance Arts display at Walmart on May 5th. Again, launching in a crazy time. But I think we'll be all right because of the two things I said earlier. Really three things. We have great content with great creators and in great locations. Those locations are in pretty much everyone's backyard. And we will look to solve demand for other clients and customers like comic book stores, which is our next highest priority. Comic book stores are going to need, they're going to need great content. They're going to need great creators so that they can continue to thrive in the months and years ahead. And so that's our next big problem that we want to solve as a company. Obviously, we do not use Diamond distribution. We have a different distributor. So we'll have to crack that egg. I'll stick with, you're going to send me on, I'm going to send myself on Red Rooster puns. We'll crack that egg as soon as we can. Anyway, I'm thinking about other puns, but I'm going to stop myself right there. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. I'm going to look through here for questions you guys might have had in comments. Scott says Nora Saga cover is so good. Well, I added the "so" in there, but it is so good. Yeah, Kelsey is an excellent artist. We're very happy and very proud to be working with creators that are world class. You will not find better talent at any other comic book company, in my opinion. That's just an opinion, not a fact, but it might be a fact. That's for you guys to decide. We've got Eric Weathers in the chat saying hello. So Eric Weathers lettered all the Allegiance Arts books. Very talented artist in his own right. Look for his upcoming Indiegogo project. It may already be live. I think you can at least sign up for the preview called Battle Brick Road. Again, that's Eric Weathers, Allegiance Arts letterer and comic book creator in his own right. We've got Christina Lynn in the chat, who's an editor and proofreader for many great titles that you've seen in and around Indiegogo and the independent comic book market. So she's always been very supportive. And we've got Eric posting the battlebrickroad.com link in the chat, so you can go hit that up and sign up for Battle Brick Road. And while you're signing up for things, go to allegiancearts.com and sign up for our mailing list so that we can let you guys know when new releases will be out. We will be the first, our books will basically be out the first Tuesday of every other month. But if you want to be reminded of that, head to allegiancearts.com and throw your email in there, and we'll add you to the list, and we'll send you a notification so you won't miss every single launch day and or any other kind of great news, exciting news or announcements that we might have in the future. We've got Old Man Schnelly asking, are we planning other titles? Yes, we are planning other titles. We would we can't speak to specific dates and titles and projects. I've got to be a little more tight-lipped now as a CEO of a comic book company that is about to launch. But we are planning more titles. I would like to get 2 more titles onto the shelf by the end of the year. That is a preference and not in a possibility, but as of yet, not a fact. But we definitely have some things percolating that are really, really cool. We created a brand new title. Literally, I feel very creative, despite the fact that we're so stressed out. I also feel intensely creative, and so does, I think, everyone on the entire team. But I created a new concept just a month ago that I think has kind of gone to the front of the line. That I really want to talk about, but I can't talk about right now. Patrick's got a really cool concept he's been working on for a long time. Along with myself, we co-created it a few years back. And he's got 3 or more issues pretty closely sketched out. We've got a couple of other things that are percolating with perhaps some exciting people attached to them. Just can't say too much more, but there is cool things. There are cool things being planned. We need to get on the shelf and succeed, which we will do because we have great content, great creators, and great locations, great partners. Hey, Mitch, Nighthawk Warrior says, hey, Mitch, is the Red Rooster going to be the 12-page preview in Walmart on comic stands or the whole issue? I don't think there's never been a 12-page preview. We did issue a backer preview of the first 24 pages. So backers of Red Rooster had access to a digital download that previewed the first 24 pages. All our launch titles are 24 pages long. So you're getting, 4 more pages of content over the standard average comic book these days. All our books are printed on beautiful 70-pound paper. So if you're a paper nerd, you will know that 70-pound paper is no slouch. We wanted the books to, be able to be picked up by a great many number of people and to feel sturdy and strong in your hands. And of course, the books feature amazing art and great stories and fantastic design and so on and so forth. So we went, I think, as far as was reasonable to make an excellent product, and you will see for yourselves soon enough. So again, thank you all for tuning into these little broadcasts, and I'll try to do more of these as time allows. Thanks for supporting us in an incredibly strange time. So certainly a strange time to launch a national publishing company, but I think we'll be all right. We are all, Elizabeth and myself especially, we feel like we are definitely in a cannon. Don't even feel like it. The fuse is lit. We are loaded in the cannon. It's going to blast off no matter what. We have no guide wires and no safety nets. So we're in this to win it, and we will. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for giving me 26 minutes of your time, and enjoy the comic books. Take care. Bye-bye.